Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity and welcome to my WIP Chat. WIP stands for work in progress. So grab whatever project it is that you need to be doing right now, whether that's a chore, a craft, another hobby, walking the dog, and listen to me chat for a little while. Just keep you company for about an hour or so. So what is my current work in progress? It is a new kit from Dreamer Designs called Alvana and Cinder. I did an unboxing of this last week, which I would go check out. The changes in kit quality between older and newer Dreamer Designs kits is very obvious and pronounced. So far, I do have one row of this painting done, and it has been pretty much a pleasure to work on. My gripes and headaches and complaints are very, very minimal. I am also doing a few adjustments to this. I am blinging out my painting a little bit using some of the AB glow jellies that I got from DP with Sparklers last week. And I'll talk more about that with my post review. And I'm hoping that it looks pretty cool, but I am pretty excited about it. So that is what I am currently working on. And again, if you want to check out the unboxing for this, as well as another one of their paintings, a round drill called Cool Cat, I would encourage you to go back and look for that unboxing video. All right, so let's get started. First, a couple of random, well, I guess one real random channel update that I should talk about is, if you recall, originally my push for getting 100 subscribers was to be able to change my URL, because the random letters and numbers just does not work for me. My obsessive side and need for organization just does not do well with having such a randomness to it. Why can't I just be Knits for Sanity, which is my channel name? Why can't that be my URL? And that's something that you can change after you reach 100 subscribers on your channel. Except, of course, it's me. And because it's me, things don't work like that. So as soon as I reached 100 subscribers, and thank you very, very much, subscribers, YouTube was undergoing updates and some system changes. Well, it turns out that now you will not be able to change your URL at all anymore. Instead, they are going with a new method, if you will, which is handles. Now you can choose a handle, which really, for all intents and purposes, it will still accomplish what I want it to do, which is to be known as Knits for Sanity with my address. But the downside is they are slowly rolling out this new feature, which means that those of us like me who started our channels not that long ago and were a little bit later to reaching the 100 subscribers to be able to change your URL, which for most people, the URL change to a handle will be the same. There shouldn't be a difference. If there's a difference, they'll let you know. But for people like me who made that achievement when we did, and because, you know, I'm just this little tiny rinky-dink nothing of a channel, it could be a long time before I get to choose my handle. So I'm still waiting on it. And I'm kind of starting to feel a little bit defeated because I put in a lot of work for this channel, and, you know, you finally reach that 100 subscribers. And I'm like, yes, I can finally just change my URL. And now to know that's not an option anymore. And it's going to be, I don't know how long before YouTube says, oh, hey, good news, you can choose your handle now. Well, great, but what if I can't choose the handle I want anymore? I don't. Anyway, it's frustrating. This YouTubing thing has been marvelous in so many ways. It's something that I have thoroughly enjoyed being able to do. But it has been a lot of work, and it's been a lot of work with, I mean, really no real rewards. And not that I want like rewards per se, but I don't know. I guess, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think what a lot of people who are not content creators don't really understand is just how much work is involved with this, where I am, you know, I don't just create the videos, but it's the fact that then I have to edit all of the videos and then go through the hassle of uploading all the videos and making a thumbnail, which is the image you see when you click on my video. That's a thumbnail, and I create those. And I know other content creators have talked about this too, most recently on a WIP Chat with Mary Making Crafts, which, by the way, lovely lady. And she was talking about some of these issues too, and just the time and the money that is spent on this. My unboxings are my most popular videos, but I can't, without any kind of financial backing, I can't continue buying products to unbox. And I have no financial backing with this at all. But she is considering starting a Patreon, which a lot of YouTubers end up doing. And I get it. I mean, it makes sense to me for the time and the work that you put in. You do want a little bit of compensation for that. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of time. I, of course, have nowhere near the followers to even attempt something like a Patreon. And I remain very mixed about how I feel about Patreon in general. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, just if you are following anyone on YouTube, please be sure to like their videos, subscribe to their channels, comment on their videos. All of those things really help a content creator get more recognition and hopefully eventually be able to receive some kind of backing for what it is that they're doing. If, in some ways, if I could have my way, I would just do 2 WIP Chats every week, and that's pretty much all that my content would be, with the post review for whatever it is that I have managed to get done. But the polling shows that my unboxings are my most popular videos. So I don't know, guys. And I think that's the wrong color. I'm not 100% sure what I'm saying. It's kind of, yeah, that was the wrong color. It kind of stems from, it all stems from that, you know, I reached 100 subscribers and was really excited, and that felt like, yes, it's an accomplishment. Now I can change my URL, except that I couldn't change my URL. If you are a content creator, you get it, you know what I mean. But I will say this, having started my channel like this, I am now very aware, and I work very, very hard to always try and like other people's videos. I comment on other people's videos as much as I possibly can. A couple people probably think I'm like a stalker now. And I'm not. I'm trying to be helpful, and I share other content creators just because I know the work that they're putting in. And so for those of you who have taken the time to comment and like my videos, and all of my subscribers that I do have, thank you so much, because that actually means a lot to me. And I wish there were a way that I could appropriately let you know just how much that does mean to me. I do plan on continuing to do giveaways, prizes for milestones reached. Right now, the next milestone would be 500 subscribers. We're always away from that yet. But if you would like to see me get there, please you know, do all the following. Look through my notes on this episode. It gives you ways in which you can help support my channel, and not just my channel, but any YouTube channel. With the exception, of course, I mean, buy me a coffee and stuff. That's obviously for me, but it applies to basically every YouTube channel out there. Almost everyone does have a way that, if you so desired, you could send packages for unboxing, you can send money, you know, etc., etc. So thank you to those of you who are here. It is very, very much appreciated. So the one little problem that I have had with this painting, well, there's a couple, but one of them is these blue squares in here. The symbols all look very, very, very similar. And when they're all right next to each other, it's very easy to get confused as to which color I'm working on at that time. I had a lot of issues down here doing it. There's less of it as I get further up, except up in her hat again. It's pretty severe. And we have some over here, like in her bow again. But it's just the symbols are, especially the downward arrow, and then there's like this upside down Y that kind of get me confused. And then all of the colors themselves are very similar. But otherwise, I mean, it's been a pleasure to work on. The drills fit and sit really, really nice on the canvas. The drills look good, despite the fact that they don't have the same number of cuts as some other companies. They are still like really sparkly. And this is proving to be a really fun kit to work on and a really fun kit to look at. This is one where the kids keep coming back to see the progress that I've done because they think it looks so cool. I mean, when even my now 14-year-old daughter, I still can't believe I have a 14-year-old. When even my 14-year-old daughter comes back here to tell me, whoa, that's I love that painting. It just looks so cool. It's so pretty. You know, it's a pretty gosh darn good painting. So, like I said, I check out the unboxing right now to get a better idea of what it is that I'm working on. And I can't wait to do the post review on this one. So what else has been going on, huh? Other than my gripes about working my channel, which I love doing this. Like, that's not, doing the work isn't the problem. So there you go. Well, as you know, if you've been following along, so last Friday was the last home football game for our team for the year. And while it had an impact on their like overall postseason points for how they would be matched up in districts, it was not going to have an effect on whether or not they were going to districts. So there was going to be a guaranteed one more game after last Friday's game. And possibly more than that, you know, if they would win their first district game. Last night was the big selection reveal for high school football, which I don't fully understand the process, but you don't just, it's not like normal anymore. And I don't know how it works in other states, but it's not just, oh, this is your district and this is your region, so therefore these are the schools that you'll compete against. No, it's based on this number of points that you get over the course of the season. And then there's like this draw. I mean, it's quite confusing. I don't fully understand it. But anyway, so last Friday night was the last home game, and therefore it was also called senior night, which means all of the senior football players, all of the senior cheerleaders, and all of the senior marching band kids and their parents are recognized before the game, which I I didn't get to see because I messed up with when youth wrestling signups were. I thought that they were Thursday night. So I went there. I walked over to the school because I went to the JV game, which JV did win their last game, by the way. It was a good game, too. I walked over to the school, and there was nobody there. So I went, wait a minute. I double-checked, and yeah. Signups are actually Friday night during the varsity game. So I went over as soon as signups began. In fact, I got out 2 minutes before signups were officially supposed to start. I got out at 6:28 and they were supposed to start at 6:30, but kickoff was at 7. So I wanted to make sure that I would definitely be back to watch the game in time. Well, while I was filling out the forms for wrestling signups is when they did the senior recognition with their parents. So I really missed all of that. And I was really sad, especially because probably the 2 kids that I would have most liked to have seen them with their parents, because I'm friends with their parents. And they, of course, go in alphabetical order. And one kid's last name starts with an A and the other kid starts with a B. So I missed both of those kids. Oh, well, I was there for the game. And I was there to watch the marching band during halftime. The game itself was hard. The boys did lose, and I know that was really disappointing for them, but the first half, it's like the first half, they just couldn't quite get it together. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was emotions kind of playing a part in that, and I don't know. But then after halftime, the team really rallied, and they actually had a fantastic second half. They scored more points in the second half than the other team did. It's just they were so far behind by that point that there was no chance of them being able to win. Also sad, if you have been following along, you know that my daughter's favorite athlete, he currently is tied for most touchdowns that the school's ever had in their history. And if he'd gotten one more touchdown Friday night, he would have then had the record, exceeded that record. Well, it didn't happen. There were about 3 really good opportunities. And one of them, he went out of bounds, and 2 of them, the throw, it was a missed throw, which very cool, but it was his cousin is the quarterback, and so it was his cousin throwing him the ball both times. But both times, I don't want to say that it was a bad throw, and I also don't want to say that, daughter's favorite athlete just wasn't in the right place at the right time. It just didn't work, as often happens with most plays in football. They just don't work. So he didn't get the record that night, which for him, he's definitely a community kid. He, I think, really, really wanted to be able to win his last game on his home field. He wanted to get the record on his home field, and it didn't happen. So I'm sure there were some emotions there. And not just for him, but for all the guys, especially because that means the last 2 games that they played at home were losses. Because they had 2 losses this season after going with a full win record until the very end of the season. And then they had that rather nasty game a couple weeks ago. We had players that were sick. We had players that were injured and taken out for the rest of the season because of this game. It wasn't the cleanest game that was played. Let's just put it that way. And it was a hard loss for them. They lost by 1 point then. And that was their second to last home game. And then their last home game on their field was another loss Friday night. And, for these kids, when this is all that you've known up to this point in your life is your small community and your school, when you've been in school with the same kids since preschool, kindergarten, that's a really big deal. And I get that. I understand that that is hard. That is really emotional for these boys. And not just for the boys, but on the football team, but for your marching band and for your cheerleaders too. It's a big deal. So it was bittersweet. I mean, even I got kind of choked up watching the kids and just thinking about how many of them I know and how many of them that I have known for a number of years, and watching these kids grow up right in front of you is pretty amazing. And it's only been the last couple of years where I have been in the area long enough and I'm old enough that I have really truly seen kids go from being kids that I've known to now these young adults. And it's both really cool, but also humbling. I don't know, it just gives you a really different perspective on life and how quickly life does pass by. The importance of really trying to connect with the right people that are going to assist you in life, and disconnect from the activities and the people and the groups that are bringing you down and that are causing harm in your life, because life is just too short to put up with. Life is too short to put up with the things that are not going to give you energy, inspiration, comfort, love. It's just not worth your time on this planet for the short while that we're here to spend it dealing with the crap that we do have control over. I mean, there's so much about life that's going to be crappy anyway, that why do we allow ourselves to put up with the crap that we don't actually have to put up with? So I guess that's my little philosophical talk, all related to the varsity football game from last Friday night. So last night was the selection reveal, and what is likely to be their very last game of the season will take place Friday night. Their draw, in some ways, they got kind of lucky because we don't need to go that far away. But they are predicted to lose just based on assessed points from the regular season. And so we'll see. It's not such a severe, it's not as severe of a slant toward one school over the other than the other half of like our district. So there's, we'll say like districts. There are 4 teams total, and the other 2 teams that are competing, there's a very pronounced difference in rankings where it's a pretty clear guess as to who is going to lose this game. And the team that we're up against, it is a little bit closer of a race that I guess, it's not outside the realm of, I don't even want to say miracles, but it's not outside the realm of possibility that if everything just falls right, the boys are all healthy, the boys are on fire, everything just goes well, they could maybe win, maybe. But I'm certainly not counting on that. The one thing that I really do hope happens is I do hope that favorite athlete does get a touchdown. I know that would mean so much to him. He's a good kid, and if it doesn't happen, he is the kind of kid where it's like, okay, well, there's more I have to look forward to. and he'll move on. But I would like to see it for him. I think he's earned it. The work that he has put in is enormous. So I would like to see it happen for him. All right. Hey guys, it's community question time, because last week I forgot the community question, and I told you that in the notes anyway, this week we are not going to do that again. There will be a community question, and somebody is going to answer this community question. Gosh darn it. So this week it's a fight between two community questions. And if anything, you can just post which question you like more. So my husband's question, which I don't like, but I will ask you my husband's community question, and then I will ask you my community question. Why do I do these community questions, you may be wondering? Well, that's because part of the reason why I wanted to do the YouTube channel was for community purposes. And it's been wonderful for me, spending more time on other channels and commenting, and I want to offer the same for other people. So I asked these community questions, which are a very simple way of a kind of, hi, I want to get to know you type thing. And then I encourage you to read through other answers to community questions as well, and perhaps get to meet a new friend that way. Just find people with other common interests as you, or maybe totally disparate interests as you. All right, so my husband's community question is this: where is the best place to have a picnic in your area? That's my husband's community question. So based on where you live, where's the best place to go and have a picnic? All right, I don't like picnics. I really don't like picnics. I mean, bugs, weather, wind, I'm eating my hair. I mean, for me, the best place, I guess I could say, to have a picnic in my area would be at the local ice cream place during the summer when they're open. There you go. That's eating outdoors. That's it. That would be what I would consider the best place for a picnic. That's my husband's question. All right, now this one is my question. When you were a kid, what job did you want to have when you grew up? That's my question. So when growing up, what was the job that you really wanted to have as a kid? And obviously, there could be a couple of answers to this. For example, when I was about 3, I really wanted to be a garbage man. That was my dream job when I was 3, because the garbage man got to push this cool button that then compressed all of the trash in the back of the garbage truck. And I just thought that was beyond cool, was watching all of that trash get compressed. So I wanted to be a garbage man when I was very little. And then when I was about 4, it kind of became, I wanted to be a policeman or police officer, or garbage person is what I would then call it, because of course I was a girl, and this whole gender biased occupation thing, naming, kind of got to me even as a small child. So it was a garbage person, or I was going to be a garbage woman. So a police officer. But then the job that I wanted the most for the longest length of time as a child, actually that's kind of funny. All right, well, so let me keep talking here. But starting early grade school, I wanted to be an FBI special agent. I really wanted to be an FBI special agent. And that desire stuck with me pretty much through junior high. In a lot of ways, in retrospect, it's something that I probably really could have done had I wanted to pursue that path. I certainly had the academics for it, and in many ways the aptitude for it. Being autistic, I also learned how to mask, essentially act, put on an act 24/7, as well as really reading humans and their behavior, I probably could have done it. I mean, maybe not like really exciting FBI special agent work, but I don't know. I think I could have done it. But needless, that dream did kind of finally fizzle out, for which I know my parents were very relieved. But then the other thing that I actually always wanted to do, since before I could even do it, was write. I've always wanted to write. And that is something that I do, and I actually do quite a bit of. It's just, like I've said many times, it's not something that I'm getting paid for, so is it a profession? Well, no, probably not. Oh, hold on. That's my doggy. I'm back. So my dogs started doing this normal dog thing where the delivery truck comes and he needs to become guard dog superior. Except, of course, he's a bulldog, so by the time he puts together, because he's sleeping 90% of his life, at least that's what it seems like, by the time he puts together that, hey, there's somebody at my house, they've already dropped off the package, and Alfie, he's gone. Alfie! See, he's still going on. Guys, the delivery person is long gone. We have a long driveway, and they are already on the road, okay? They are not here. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm back again. It turns out my dog was not dumb. The delivery truck was not off from our property and on the road. Quite often, because we do have such a long driveway, they will quite often sit on our driveway and I think get packages ready for their next few stops, figure out where they're going next. And now that the leaves are pretty much all off from the trees, you can sometimes see toward the end of the driveway, depending on where they stop, especially if they don't stop at the very end of the driveway, which in this case, he didn't. He was most of the way down the driveway, and then he paused to hop out and rearrange packages and stuff. And so I did catch his headlights sitting way down there, and Alfie did too. And that is why Alfie was still carrying on. So he was right. Somebody was still here. I mean, not that they could hear him bark or anything, but he was right. My bad. So anyway, those are my community questions. And you tell me, you know, which question do you like more? If you like my husband's question more, that's fine. It's perhaps a little less personal, although I feel like sharing what you wanted to do as a kid isn't any kind of a real indicator as to the type of adult that you are now. I mean, good gravy. I wanted to collect garbage. I mean, I didn't want to collect garbage. I just wanted to push the button that compacted the garbage. Gosh, a trash compactor would work if I had one in my kitchen, which I don't, by the way. That's like, do people have trash compactors? Is that, to me, that just feels like a segment of wealth that I can't even relate with, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know your answer. So my husband's question, where's the best place to have a picnic by you? And what job did you want to have when you were a kid? What did you want to grow up and be? What do you want to be when you grow up? So there you go. If you would please take a moment and answer those questions, or a question, I would really appreciate it. So what else has been going on, huh? Well, I talked all about the football update. Otherwise, the weekend was really low-key. Last week was an insanely difficult week. And I feel like it was an insanely difficult week for a lot of people. I'm not sure why that was, but it was. And it was an insanely difficult week in this household as well. And especially for me, in a lot of ways. Friends unexpectedly passing, health issues, huge frustrations that are still ongoing with companies, and just, last week was not good. So we all took it pretty chill over the weekend. Saturday was unbelievably gorgeous. It was like 70 degrees, unseasonably warm. It was sunny, like really sunny. So we spent a good chunk of the day outdoors, which is exactly what we all needed to do. I went for a nice walk in the woods by myself. I took some pictures of some of the stuff I saw. I walked down by where a couple months ago the power company came and removed a ton of trees to clear out by the power lines. And you actually, one of my early WIP chats at the end of it, I think, I do have a little clip that shows me walking down our driveway and showing where they had cut away all kinds of foliage at the end of our driveway. Well, right next to our property run power lines that run back and into the fields that are behind our woods. And they cut a huge chunk out around these power lines. It needed to be done, but it now looks bare. It's like now all of a sudden you have, it's like woods, no woods, woods versus just woods. But I went and I checked that out, and what I really liked about that was it still smelled like pine. It's still, I mean, it's been weeks and it still smelled like freshly cut pine just walking back there. So that was, it was, I mean, one of those where it's like, oh, I wish I could bottle this smell up. It's so good. I found an animal den, a burrow, depending on where you live, what you may call them. We typically call them dens around here, but obviously we know the term burrow too. And I got some pictures of that kind of stuff. Most of the leaves are off the trees now, even more so than Saturday, because last night we had some rain and wind, and so now our trees really are bare. Except, you know, you got those oaks with their ugly brown leaves that like to hang on all winter long. But no, we're done. Our colors are done. It's over. I always get kind of sad when that happens. It's like it's only really like one good week of color, and then it's all gone. Just that fast. It's done. It's over. Oh, the animal burrow, most likely a groundhog. If you happen to see the pictures on Instagram, most likely a groundhog burrow. Just based off from its location and the size of the holes that I found, which were pretty substantial in size, like large enough that it could have been a fox, but it's not a fox. How do I know that? Because fox are really stinky and really messy. And this was a relatively neat burrow. There wasn't like carcass debris around anywhere. There wasn't like an obvious hideous stench sitting there. Although by this time of year, fox maybe could have been in there because the pups or the kits, I don't remember what they're called as foxes, you know, they're grown. So the activity wouldn't be much. It would just be like a food storage location at this point. But still, there'd be debris around there, and there wasn't. So the next most logical choice actually is groundhog. Other possibilities include squirrel and raccoon, but I don't think so. Again, it didn't look right for either of those other animals. So I'm thinking groundhog. But I will tell you, it was definitely too small to be a bear. Yes, although that would be kind of cool. I definitely want to get a trail cam then. But definitely too small for a bear. Which, as you know, yes, we do have bears around here. And in fact, I think I actually found some bear scat when I was out for my walk Saturday. But I didn't take a picture of it. I just, you know, people don't, unless you want to look at animal poop, let me know. I found all the deer trails back behind us. We have so many deer here, so many deer. Too many deer, actually. And then, let's see, Saturday night, I spent a good chunk of time playing Dreamlight Valley, which is a Disney video game that's like kind of pre-release right now. They're going to come out with it for real, I guess you could say, next year. And I'm told it's supposed to be like a free game. But if you want to play it now, you can purchase a package, in essence. The cheapest is $30, which is what I got. And then when the game is officially launched, then based on the package that you purchased now, you'll get a certain number of extras. Well, I'm not into that part of the game, like the putting on clothes and making things to make my house look nice. I'm just not into that. I'm more into the plot and completing activities. But other people, especially if you are a huge Animal Crossing lover, that could mean a lot to you, is the ability to craft all these different things, and it's just not my jam. I do it when I have to, but that's really about it. My house is, I don't even think I have anywhere to sit down in my house yet, other than I think I have the original cot that came in there. It's, yeah, it's just, that's not my thing. Yesterday, I spent a lot of time diamond painting. I actually did 3 squares yesterday and listened to an audiobook. Oh yeah, the other thing, the pen I'm using is from O'Brien Custom Turning, which was also an unboxing from last week, where I unboxed both this as well as the AB, these from DP with sparklers. So if you want to check out more about that and what those are, you can go back and watch that unboxing as well. But that's the pen that I'm working on. And of course, I will link all of this in the notes below in case you are interested in any of these products yourself. And again, this is a good time for me to mention, I am not an affiliate with anybody. I receive no kickback, no compensation for sharing any of these links to any of these products that I am using. I give very honest opinions and reviews because of that. Although, especially as I've been doing this longer and the cost and the time involved, I totally understand why people do become affiliates. If at all possible, I would like to try and avoid that. We'll see. Unless, of course, you know, in the case of when someone just sends you a product and they're like, yes, here, use this product and tell me what you think. We want an honest review. Okay, if you really mean honest, I'm willing to do it. But otherwise, I want the freedom to be able to just give what I really think about something. Yesterday, like I said, diamond painting and listening to an audiobook, which is book 2 of the, you know, the Midsummer Murder mystery series out of England, which, I mean, just a fantastic, very, very long running series that I found when the kids were still super, super tiny. And the series was actually still on television, and with John Nettles, the original detective, to boot. But that series, I think it It was either my senior year of high school or my first year of college. So that was a very long time ago now. But it's actually based off of a series of books. And I listened to the first book and then I rewatched the first episode again. And now I am basically done with the second book. I have like 25 minutes, 23 minutes left. But for the most part, it's done. Probably after I get done with this WIP Chat, I'll go in and listen to those last few minutes. And then last night, I spent more time playing Dreamlight Valley. Like I said, it was a really, really low-key weekend. On the one hand, I feel like it was a waste because I didn't accomplish anything. Other than, I guess I did start doing some meal planning, and some emails, you know, emails to teachers and stuff, and helping kids with homework. But I think that's really it for like things that I actually did that were like work responsibility type stuff. But we were all kind of that way, and I think we just needed it. It was a hard week. I really hope that this week will be better for all of us, for everybody. Today my son has dance class again, and he is so excited because it's Halloween week. So this week, that means he can wear his Halloween costume to dance class. And this is how excited he is about it. Last week, Tuesday, I think, I walked into my bedroom, and on my bed was his Halloween costume, and it was all folded up the way that my son folds clothes, and it was sitting right in the middle of my bed. So I knew, oh, he put it here, and this is his not so subtle hint and reminder, like, hey, Mom, don't forget my Halloween costume for dance next week. So I have that actually in my purse so that it will definitely be with me when I get him from school, and he can put it on for dance class. I asked him yesterday, now, are you sure that this fits? Because it's the same costume he had last year. And he said to me, yeah, I only wore it last year. And I'm thinking, yeah, but you've grown a lot since last year. But he insisted, like, no, I tried it on. It fits me. Like, okay. And he would not try it on again yesterday. So hopefully it fits him. Otherwise, I had found a Captain America costume that I don't even know why. Oh, that's right. That's right. It's because last year, originally I thought he wanted to be Captain America, but then he changed his mind last minute and became Spider-Man. And so I ended up having both costumes, and he did use both of them, but I can't remember what for now. That's completely, it slipped my mind. It'll come back to me, but I did have him try on the Captain America costume, and that one did fit him. So I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll bring this one with me to dance too, just in case, except then yesterday when I was trying to find it back, of course I couldn't find it, because that's just how my life is. It's disorganized and chaotic, and I don't like that. I used to be a very organized person. But then something about having to suddenly be responsible for 5 other lives, like human lives, and it all went to pot. Please tell me I'm not alone. Please tell me I'm not alone with that. I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. But I feel like my life is just chaos all the time. And anything else this week? Let's see. Son goes to the doctor on Thursday. I know I have an appointment coming up, but I think that's next week. I assume school Halloween activities will be Friday during school, but I don't really know. I mean, my son's the only one that really still has like real school activities at school. The girls, they all have Spirit Week, so you know, you dress up differently every day. Today it was supposed to be a formal dress. My kids don't have anything formal. My daughter put on just a cute little Kermit the Frog dress, obviously daughter number 3. Like the kind of thing that you wear every day to church. And she's like, see, I'm all dressed up, because she doesn't wear dresses. I'm like, no dear, that's not formal, but whatever. But son, he got a note home saying that the parade is going to be October 31st, their Halloween parade that they do at school. And I'm thinking, but that's on Sunday. They won't be at school on Sunday. So I think they have the date wrong on that note. And they need these supplies for October 31st. No, I don't think you need those supplies for October 31st. I mean, I'm pretty sure Halloween is Sunday. Anyway. Well, guys, I think that about wraps it up for today. I'm sorry this was kind of maybe a bit more boring than usual. I'm coming off from a super rough week, and I don't know. I guess I just didn't have a whole lot that was crossing my mind. Anyway, let me put down this last, if I can pick it up. There we go. This last drill of this row. All right. Please be sure to look through my notes for ways that you can help support my channel. And thank you so much for joining me. And as always, please, please show kindness to those around you. You never know what someone is going through. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you again real soon.